Hello, fellow Magic players. We are here today to talk about the types of Commander players we might run into at our pods, in our homes, at stores, at Grand Prix, just the different types of Commander players you might have the misfortune of dealing with. Beginning with the combo player. They came to win. They want quick games. They like the stack to be filled with nonsense, just so that at the end of the day they can show you they could have still won through that counter spell or that stacks piece you had. And they're always playing blue or black, but sometimes they get a little funky with other colors too. The new player has no idea what they're doing. This is the absolute opposite of the combo player. Their deck is literally made of the pile of cards left over by a draft. They never attack, because they are always scared of getting attacked by someone, and they hate big numbers. They see 8/8s and they think that must die. They could literally be playing any color, depending on who taught them to play the game, but they seem to agree that blue is too hard for them. Weird take, but okay. The NPC. They play spells on curve, regardless of function or purpose. They always interact at sorcerer speed, and they'll never hold up tricks or slow roll powerful cards. They're basically like a plane in Planes Chase. They just affect the game. They don't mean anything by it. They just are a factor you have to take into account. They usually play white, black, or green. We have the real Magic player. Now this stunning example of a Magic player prefers a different format or just hates Commander. Either way, every time they play a Commander game, which somehow they continue to find themselves in even though they hate it, they complain that the format is bad every single time they play, and they only enjoy the games they win. What colors do these people play? What kind of cards do they use? I don't know. Do they even play Commander? The red player. They're here for a good time, not a long time. They love their big numbers, and they love to just put their hand on their playmat and hopefully convince you that they won the game. If they're feeling especially spicy one day, they might also play white or green. We have the rich-blooded Spike. They run expensive staples without any consideration for synergy. They love to remind people how expensive their decks are. Perhaps they just want to see that number go up. And they hate losing to poor people. Oh, let me tell you. At the end of the day, though, they'll play anything, except for red. Red is for poor people. Next, we have the skill issue. They say any politicking is win trading. They cannot grasp having friends or being likable, so they rage at everyone they play with. And they always blame someone for their loss. They usually play black, blue, or red. We have the stacks player. They're so tired of your bullshit Magic cards. So they go home, they go on Scryfall, and they find tons of bullshit Magic cards to deal with the other bullshit Magic cards. And they do win, eventually, after everyone else has fallen asleep. They usually play white. Sometimes they play red or green. We have the stoner. They just want to play cards because it's fun to do when they're high. They will absolutely lose track of the game constantly. And they will just drop win conditions with no plan. They don't really mind losing though because they're baked. And they still have a lot of fun playing and make it fun for everyone else, so they're not so bad. Usually, they play some kind of green, but they're not limited to anything. We have the Spiky Timmy. These guys are convinced that the staple cards are actually their favorite cards. And it just wouldn't be possible to build a deck without Vampiric Tutor. Most of their decks are about 80 of the same card, and then if they're feeling really spicy, they might change up some lands or something. These players usually play black, green, or white. Here, we have the Copium Timmy. They just cannot be convinced that their cards are bad. They will cope with the most garbage can staples in the format, and they will use unreasonably rigged games in their favor to justify that those cards aren't actually that bad. They're usually playing green, red, or white. We have the Vindictive Cuck. They derive enjoyment from gaining value and denying other players value. They clear the board constantly because someone has to do it. They take offense to removal or being attacked. They also literally defecate in their pants when their life total drops beneath 40. They usually play blue, white, or black. Absolutely wonderful. We have the 7 guy. This person plays a focus deck with many or sometimes even mostly CDH cards. They believe that their deck is casual because they're not running the reserveless cards that make it a 10. They're usually not proficient in the game enough to win at all, which justifies their arguments themselves. So they think, well, I should probably put in more broken cards because I still don't win with all these. And they act surprised on a daily basis when other players dislike playing with them. Oh, wow, mind-blowing. Wow. Anyway, these guys play blue, green, and white. Oh, and we're done. Look at that. That was so easy. Aren't Magic players simple? Aren't they all just absolutely hateable? I'm mostly kidding. Most of this is a parody, so don't take this personally. I don't mean to rip on anyone, but I just wanted to do a fun little video where I do some happy insulting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the video, and I'll catch y'all later.